Yo, dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighborhood JaxBlade is back with another video for y'all today. And today's video is something I've been talking about a lot on my channel, actually since the beginning, and it's something I've always just been super passionate about, and that is truly testing your body. Now, a common thing we see in media is our favorite heroes constantly pushing their bodies in a variety of ways to improve their skills. Goku trains and learns from a variety of masters. Hell, Spider-Man enhances his mind and practices web slinging and finds new levels of strength when he has to save the day. And in real life, athletes like, Georges St. Pierre practice with a variety of coaches and masters, learning new styles to help them become a better fighter. And they are constantly improving because they test their bodies. They see what they can do and what they can handle and what they can't, and analyze how to improve themselves. They aren't, closed-minded in their journey of self-betterment. And that actually brings me up to the topic of today, because not enough people truly do test their bodies, or test their might as they were, and see what they can do, because some people get so wrapped up into the, well, studies show that this type of training and this type of nutrition will be completely inefficient, so why even bother attempting it? And it's just like, that sort of mentality I really do not like, because, now, first off, I want to make this perfectly clear, because some people will say like, oh, you're ignorant of science and stuff like that. No, I think science is phenomenal, and I'm actually going to talk about it later on, like how helpful and how great it is. But there are certain things where you just have to realize that there are some people who are outliers in the situation. Now, if something's dangerous, which I will talk about later in this video, that is completely a different thing, all right? I completely say like, no, you shouldn't do that at all. But like if something's like, for example, like, oh, if I do 500 push-ups a day, I'll bulk up to Herschel Walker saying, now, again, that's just completely illogical, stuff like that. And someone would be like, no, that's not what would happen at all. It's just like, well, have you done it? No, it's just studies show, and all the studies always show, and it's just like, but did you try it on yourself? No, I didn't. And it's just, that sort of thinking can like hold a person back, because you don't know, you might be an outlier in a situation. Like freaking Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Mike Tyson, if you look at their training routines, they are pretty much all bodyweight badasses, and they are just like the ultimate in their sports for what they did and accomplished. And some people will be like, no, this just makes sense or whatever. They're genetic anomalies. It's like, you might be a genetic anomaly. You don't know until you test yourself. Like this is something, this is why I always say this quote on my channel, which will be on the t-shirt soon, is everybody is different and reacts differently, because it is so true. Like not everyone's body is the same. Not everyone has the same genetic makeup where they will respond to stimulus the same way. So you might try something out and it may not work for like, 15 other people, but you may be the one person it works for, like, oh crap, that actually worked. Or you may find something out like, huh, they said this wouldn't work, and by all science, it shows that this doesn't work, and it's just like, you're the anomaly. That's a cool little discovery. But so many people don't try to test themselves because it's just like, well, the studies show, and that's what I don't like. I don't like the people doing things that could be like safe. Like again, I'm not talking about the dangerous stuff. I'm gonna talk about all of that later on this, but like stuff that's just like, huh, if I did this many, whatever exercise a day, it could have this effect on my body. Like that would just be something I think is really cool to explore for yourself. And I ain't all talk on this either. I've monitored a lot of my stuff that I found like what works best for my body. I know, look, in my life, I've met a lot of fitness people, boxers, MMA fighters, bodybuilders, fitness models, strongmen, powerlifters, physical therapists, gymnasts, yogis. So I've accumulated like a ton of knowledge and experience from testing. Like there's just so much stuff. Like I have so many booklets. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, right here. Yeah, see this? All these booklets, all this shit right here. Tests I've done on my body, tests I've found on clients. I actually might, I might actually do something with these later on. That'd be really cool. But no, I'm getting off topic right now. Look, I have tested myself, I have monitored it, I see what works, I see what doesn't work for me. And this is why I always encourage people to do the same for themselves, because it's a really fun experience to just go, huh, that was a little thing, I did not notice that before, but I noticed an improvement here. I noticed the increase here. I noticed the power increase here. Like it's sort of like monitoring yourself, like upgrading yourself like freaking Genos. It's an awesome little thing to do. High-key people always asking why my legs are so diesel, so strong, so powerful, so fast. Probably because my training routine that I do specially for them, which people said, oh, you're crazy, that wouldn't work. Ha! It worked now, boy. So I got my Diesel Ass Legs shirt coming soon for that too. But a simple way to test yourself is just how you would do in bio or science class, the scientific method. So for those of you who've taken a science class, you already know that the scientific method has 5 basic steps. Number 1, you're gonna make an observation. So you've observed, so let's use Herschel Walker, for example, in this scenario or something like that. Yeah, let's say Herschel Walker. All right, I noticed that with his routine, he was able to bulk up tremendously and get a strong athletic physique overall. That's my observation on Herschel Walker. He's very strong, very athletic from a routine of 1,000 push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups, and crunches, and sprints every single day. All right, that is my observation. Then I'm gonna ask a question, is that possible for everyone, or is it just possible for him? So like, that's when I'm making the question I'm asking myself. I'm going to make a hypothesis that doing this routine will either get me these results or actually will not get me results similar to this person right here. So you've made your hypothesis, you make a prediction from your hypothesis, and then all you gotta do left is just test it out. And that's it. So you just put it into work and monitor all your results and stuff like that, testing it out. It's actually really fun to do on your body. I've done this a lot of times just to see how certain things work for me. So if you're curious about testing something that's non-mainstream effective, like something that you just read that you really are interested in trying, but it's like non-mainstream effective where everyone just universally agrees that will work, what you want to do first, get yourself a nice little notebook, because you're going to be doing a lot of writing and a lot of testing. Now, some people will be like, oh, it's homework, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it like a fun test for yourself to see if you're actually improving. Next thing you want to do, you want to measure certain things about yourself. So you want to know where you're starting at. So like, make sure you measure your weight, your waist, your muscle mass, your body fat percentage, and how you look and feel at the moment. And so when you are doing this routine or doing whatever routine you want to do that's non-mainstream and non-dangerous, because this is just, again, super high calisthenic work, you would just test yourself each week and say like, okay, I'm noticing improvements here. I'm noticing that I felt this way this week, and I'm starting to increase either my strength, my conditioning, my endurance, noticing my muscle mass is increasing, stuff like that. And also, like, if you were to do something like ridiculous, like Herschel Walker's routine, which would be very, very high volume because of all the calisthenics work, especially if you're a beginner, you would have to slowly build yourself up to doing it. I would not just recommend anyone just do that all in one go, especially if you're a newbie. That would just be hell on you. And another thing you would also have to take into consideration here is from doing a routine like that is you can very well get like overuse injuries. Now, the thing about overuse injuries, like tendonitis, which is something I had from October 2017 to August 2018, and I had to slowly build myself back up from that to get my strength back, is a very annoying thing, but you can notice it coming on. Now, it's different if you are lifting with something that's like super heavyweight, because if you're just trying to lift super heavyweight, that's a good way to just snap yourself up like on the dot right there, because it can happen so fast. But with something small and gradual, like tendonitis, like I felt it coming on, but I just kept going like, I'm gonna push through this pain because mental health issues. Watch this video right here, talk all about mental health and why it's important, you should take care of it. But that's why I would highly suggest like making sure you know exactly what you're getting into and always listening to your body. Like if you feel like dull, achy pain, like it's just like, oh God, I feel like my muscles are being worked, that's good. That means like, oh yeah, I'm just stressing out the muscles, I'm working through them, like that feels good. But if you ever feel like a sharp shooting pain, like it's like that's bad, that's horrible. You need to stop right on the get-go, because that's just going to do more harm than good. I've told you this so many times. You do not want to go through that in your life. It is just an annoying thing when you can easily prevent it. So if you ever feel that sharp shooting pain, stop what you're doing immediately. Like just check your ego in at the door, and then just like go back to it, focus on mending that, like why did that happen, what did we do wrong, and then that's going to help you improve. Another thing, you want to make sure that your 3-leg stool of fitness, again, watch these playlists of videos if you have no idea what I'm talking about, of like your nutrition, your sleep, and your training is all on point, because that's what's going to give you the greatest results all overall. So you want to make sure all of those are on point, and then like for I'd say about 8 to 12 weeks of you doing this and testing yourself, because it's going to be a long process, because again, like honestly, if you want to get something similar to Herschel Walker, like by bulking, it'd be easier to use weights because you can always progressively overload the muscles faster and just by constantly adding extra weight to the bar or anything like that. But with doing just body weight, since he, you know, just did it strict like that, that would be something where you would have to, honestly, it would take a lot of time, especially depending on who you are as a person. If you make sure you're doing the variations you do, like constant hand positions and switching it up, all of that jazz, like that's going to be such an integral part. But something I want to make very important is just like, yeah, you got to monitor, you know, your muscle mass, is it increasing, your body fat percentage, your strength and conditioning, like how all of that is being effective. If you're noticing it's like improving for the better, which it should improve a little bit, it should improve like a bit if you're like doing that many reps, but it'll eventually like start to stagnate and go down if you're not, like, if it's not for you and you're not like trying to, like, I don't know what your results are. Like, I don't know if you're trying to be built like a truck just doing that routine, but like if you're not getting built like a truck or seeing any noticeable results of muscle mass from doing it, then I would just say like, okay, I noticed that it's not working here, then I could do this. And then of course there's always like weighted calisthenics too, which I think weighted calisthenics is one of the best things you can do for your body, best of both worlds in my opinion. And next, if you want to find out the best diet for you no matter what you are doing, I actually broke down how to exactly get to that, where you actually know if your diet is hurting you or helping you in my last video, in my personal trainers react video. So go check that out. I did a whole whiteboard discussion of how like it can help you and how you can just find a nutrition plan that helps you build to your best self possible. And then of course I have to bring this up because I would be remiss if I did not bring this up. There are some things, common sense things, that you should know not to do because it is dangerous, unhealthy, and just bad for you. Like there's some stupid diets out there, like freaking the whole like, oh, I'm gonna eat medium rare chicken thing. Some idiots were actually doing it. It's just like, you are stupid. That is not good for you at all. Don't do it. And it's just like, okay, you may be an outlier, but I don't see why generally people would do that. Or people trying to do that fucking Baki the Grappler thing where they jump off a cliff backwards to like freaking activate their endorphins. No! No, no, don't do that. It's like a freaking lemming. Are you trying to just kill yourself? It's so stupid. Like, life is a beautiful thing, right? And like, I don't know, it's just, sometimes I just look at society and I'm like, is Darwinism like is the earth trying to like just make us kill each other off or something like that? For example, like, you know, the people eating Tide Pods. Why are you eating Tide Pods? It's bad for you. It's not good. Why would you do it? Oh, for fucking me, bruh. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot, you know? Or people doing the whole fire challenge where they set themselves on fire. Why? Why are you setting yourself on fire? What logical reason? Are you a stuntman? Are you trained to do this? No, it's just for me, bro. It's just like fucking idiots. There's some things people do that I honestly am just like befuddled why you would even think of that. Like some people like, you know what? I'm gonna go fight a tiger. If I die, I die. But if I win, that means I've advanced human society. It's just like, do you really want to do that to your mom or your dad or anyone, your family, your friends who care about you if you can't do this? It's so stupid. I can't deal with people who cannot take self-responsibility for their own idiotic actions. There's a lot of things out there that I'm just like, this is stupid. Common sense dictates that this is stupid, so why are you doing it to yourself? And then they try to play the victim when they get hurt. I'm just going on a whole fucking tangent now, y'all. I don't care, I got started, y'all. There's this whole place called the Heart Attack Grill, right? And the premise of this place is, now, first off, I don't condone the whole thing they do, where it's like, if you're over 300 pounds, you get a free meal. That's kind of fucked up. But they have this whole thing, right, where they say, oh, this food will kill you. This food is grilled in lard, fried in this, done this way, and if you eat here every day, you will die. And guess what? People eat there every day. People have gotten heart attacks there. And yes, people have died. Is it the restaurant's fault? I mean, for that 300-pound thing, yeah, but you chose to eat there. You actively went in there every day, ordered the triple bypass burger for every meal, and had that 5 days a week. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Of course you're gonna have something wrong with you. And then there are people who will try to say like, well, you know, I don't have control over my actions and I'm not able to do this. And again, for people who have mental health, I wanna make this perfectly clear. I am truly empathetic because I have a ton of friends and family members who actually have similar mental health issues where they can't control certain things they do. But you know what they do is, by realizing you don't have control over that, you go and you get help. Like by establishing to me that you recognize that you have this problem where you do not control yourself, that indicates that you have the clairvoyance and clarity to go like, okay, I need to get help while I am in this state, instead of just going like, oh, well, I guess it went crazy, because that's sort of like saying, oh, I can't control myself, so I keep stabbing people. okay, that's not a good thing at all. Like, you should have someone watching over you. Like, I'm not making this negative thing for mental health, because I have so many people in my life with it, and I'm not dissing it at all, but there is a certain level of self-responsibility there that I gotta go, no, you need to sincerely get help and keep that person around at all times if you know for a fact you cannot control yourself. And another thing, there was this whole thing I just read recently, I cannot remember the animal, but there was these stupid people who like saw this sign, and the sign clearly said, do not enter this section of the forest. There are these animals, let's just say bears or something like that, bears. They, if you go into this area of the forest, these bears will kill and eat you, stuff like that is dangerous. But if you stay on this pathway, you're fine. And you know what they did? They were like, fuck it, YOLO, let's go through. Fuck bear, I don't care, right? And guess what happened? One of them got torn up to pieces, died, and the other one got effed up pretty bad by a bear. And then he was blaming the bear like, can you believe the bear would do this? It's just like, it's your fucking fault. You're the fucking idiot who went in there, alright? Like, I don't see how you can justify it. Like, honestly, I cannot stand motherfuckers who can, I know I'm probably gonna get that yellow flag. I don't give a shit right now. I have to say this. I cannot stand people who cannot take self-responsibility for their actions, for their own stupid actions. If you're a person like this, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I do not respect you, and I think you're just a bitch. I think you're a bitch made if you cannot take responsibility for your actions on something you caused to yourself. Like, I honestly, God, cannot respect motherfuckers like that. Because I used to know people like this. I used to know people like this, and I would not say anything at all. I would just like be whatever, like you just talk about it, but then just, I guess a breaking point happened to where I just do not give a fuck. I do not give a shit. I do not care. I do not give a fuck. I really do not like people like that. I do not respect you at all. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm sort of like Luffy in the sense where I'm brutally honest in that fact, like, we are not gonna get along. Stay the fuck away from me. I cannot stand people like that. Especially when it's something they do and they cause the action to themselves, but they just keep making up every excuse in the book. It's not my fault. It's this person's fault that this happened. It's not my fault. It's just like, no, that makes you look so fucking weak. It really does. It makes you look so pathetic and weak and bitchmate and all that shit. Like, if you cannot man up and take responsibility for your actions, or woman up, fortify. Fortify is a good word. It's unisex for man up and woman up, whatever. Like, it's just, if you cannot take responsibility for actions you caused to yourself, fuck you, alright? You need to grow a pair. That's like some children baby shit, bro. That is some baby crap. Like, it is pathetic. I fucking hate people like that. Like, shit, I remember a couple times there would be these kids who would get detention, right? And they would be like, yo man, I got detention for cheating on my test today. Can you believe that shit? Yes! I do believe that shit. Now, I'm not justifying, like, first off, I was no star student myself. Like, I was freaking Sasuke Uchiha during the tuning exams, during some tests that I just did not study for. But if I got caught, which I did get caught sometimes, it's just like, all right, guess I got detention. That's my bad, right? But like, I ain't gonna bitch about it. I ain't gonna be like, oh, I just hate that teacher, man. It's because like I got detention because I was cheating on a test. It's like, you were doing the wrong, all right? Just acknowledge you did the wrong and just be like, all right, you know what? I'll do it, or I'll be sneakier next time. Or another thing, there was another time where like someone I knew, I'm not gonna say whatever, but like what happened was this person had stolen some shoes, right? And they were like, oh, well, you know what? I stole some shoes, man. They're trying to take me to jail. Why'd you steal the shoes? Because I wanted them. They were cool. It's like, you stole some shoes for no good reason. First off, I'm like, no. I could get people stealing food because you're hungry, or sometimes you have to steal clothes because you're poor and you can't like get stuff like that. But just like, oh, I'm stealing shoes because I just thought they were cool and now I'm going to jail. It's just like, no shit, you're going to jail. You stole something from a fucking store. It's dumb. Like, why do people justify their idiot actions? It's so stupid and pathetic. I can't. Oh God, I can't. I just went on a large tangent. I can't believe that. Okay, well anyways, back to the topic of this video. I'm sorry about that. I'm very passionate in a lot of things. I'm passionate with stuff I love, passionate with this, and some people will be like, Jax, I thought you were such a nice guy. Just because I'm nice doesn't mean I take shit. Alright? Like, that's a common misconception. Like, it seems like people think if you're nice, that means you're a pushover in all regards. Like, oh yeah, they're softy, they'll do this. So it's like, no, like, I'm a nice person to people who either show me respect, like, are very courteous and cordial, and just, you know, there's a mutual thing there. Like, there's a very, like, thing, or not, like, they're not pathetic or anything like that. I'm very much a kind, respectful person to people I truly do believe, and I'm kind and cordial because that's how my parents raised me to be. But I do not take bullshit. I do not take people who just like act a fucking fool and try to get away with acting a fool. Nah, that is some fucking pathetic ass shit. I would never, I can't. Nah, I ain't that person anymore. I'm sorry. But anyways, I'm sorry. That got me heated. I'm sorry. But yeah, make sure to write your little scientific method down, test your body, see what works best for you. And yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, like that'll help you out. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, I still can't believe I went on that long tangent, but whatever. Anyways, what is the craziest routine you have ever done that you're just like, that seems crazy? Or the craziest thing you ever been curious to try or anything like that? Just leave a comment down below and let's get a discussion going. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I did not expect to do that. If you want a home routine to build muscle, burn fat, or a gym routine to build muscle and burn fat, check out the description box below. Follow me on my Twitter, JaxBlade Fitness. And yeah, like I hope this video was helpful for the first half of it before I lost my mind. Anyways, remember, like I always say, keep calm, booyah on, don't forget, moment tie, and just, you know, test your body, see what you're capable of. Like, you can do that. Test yourself.